brief video presentation on Indomitable Creativity combo in Historic on Magic Arena. So what to expect from this video: quickly I'll give a rundown on the deck, then a couple of matches, and hopefully that'll show off some of the gameplay lines. And this is a companion video to a post on Reddit, which I will link in the description, so if you want to join the discussion there, that's another place, because I think this deck has a lot of potential, but the discussion on it has been pretty thin, and I'm hoping to bring a little more attention to it. So, quick rundown of the deck, very simple. The idea is to cast Indomitable Creativity, which, targeting a couple of our own tokens, either artifacts or creatures, will then bring in 2 or 3 of our big threats. If we can do it for X equals 3, some combination of Terror of the Peaks, which causes stuff to deal damage as it enters, or Ulamog 3 will cause 30 damage, probably to the opponent's face. For X equals 2, it'll only bring in 2, causing 10 damage, but sometimes 2 dragons is just still enough to win the game. Then to generate our tokens, we're getting those from Dwarven Mine, Blinkmoth Nexus, which we can just activate as a creature and then target. We've got these other token generators, and we can generate treasures as well as filter through our deck with these Seize the Spoils and Pirate's Pillage as sort of a backup plan, because sometimes just waiting around for Indomitable Creativity to show up and you just never draw it. I've got Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which can be powered out using treasures and or Ironcrag Feet. Just one copy of Chandra because she's extremely powerful, really useful in a lot of different ways. And the Plan C beatdown plan is we've got all these tokens. If we're just drawing complete garbage, we can try and kill them with buff tokens from Castle Embereth. In the sideboard, I've tinkered around this quite a bit, but we just have a small variety of different removal spells, like Fry to kill Teferi's, Anger of the Gods to help against aggro. Against control, we're looking to bring in more Planeswalkers as threats, to give a little more threat density. Goldspan Dragon mostly comes in against grindy attrition decks where we just need more stuff to attack them with, and Platinum Angel is just an alternate target because some decks are just flat out not able to beat that card, and it simplifies to have less targets to bring in. Anyway, next, going on to some gameplay videos. If you like this sort of content, please do hit the subscribe button on my channel. I'm kind of figuring out whether people actually like to see any of the Magic the Gathering content that I produce, because I'm certainly not a professional at it. But if you enjoy this sort of stuff, if you leave a like, I can tell that I should do more of it. So with that, on to the games. Alright, this hand kind of does nothing. That hand is unplayable. Worth a try. Alright, and here my best possible play is my best chance to win, not really knowing what they're playing, is just to jam an Ugin and have that be an unbeatable threat. So I just have to hope that I can get a sequence of draws that will make that possible. Seize the Spoils is a pretty good pickup here. Okay, I have no idea what this deck is. Yeah. But it doesn't matter, because here comes Ugin on turn 4. Now either he has an immediate removal spell, or it's probably scoop him up and go to the next game. Chandra. Okay, so I guess this is like, is it Mardu Feather? Oh, whatever, it doesn't really matter, because barring something really exceptional, they're dead next turn. Alright. Good game, Mardu opponent. So I saw white creatures. So I guess I want Fry. I wonder if this is a deck that can handle Platinum Angel. Let's see. So I saw Chandra, some buff spells, Anger of the Gods maybe, or I could just run it back. Yeah, maybe I don't care about having Fry. Maybe this is just a matchup where I run it back. They'll probably have more disruption this game, which is an argument for bringing in some additional threats. So I could go like that. So that gives me a little more play if I get Thoughtseized a bunch. Yeah, let's do it like that, so I've still got a shot at casting Ugin early. Okay, this hand is kind of a stinker. That really doesn't, yeah, not having any significant plays till turn 5 is not a winning move. This, on the other hand, looks excellent. So I've got 2, 3 into 4. The question is, do I want Iron Crag Feet in my opener? Because Chandra is the more certain outcome, but Iron Crag Feet leads to a possibility of just a turn 4 kill. So I think I throw back Chandra here. I don't even know how good it is against a creature deck like this. So let's try it like that. Let's do the slightly greedier option. Oh god. Yeah. Alright, unless they've got something really good, this is just a turn 4 kill right here. So let's see if it's not a Thoughtseize in the next like 2 turns, they're pretty hosed. I guess assuming I draw my 4th land, let's not make too many assumptions yet, but okay, I have no clue what this deck is. Alright, have they got the Thoughtseize, or is the game about to be over? Alright. I guess I didn't think about the possibility that this is not quite a... Oh, yeah, it's still a kill. Good game, Mardu opponent, with the cool deck that I have no idea what it does. Okay, this hand is about as good as it gets. Like, that's a potential turn 4 kill hand right there. So, assuming our opponent cooperates, this looks pretty good. Here, there's nothing in my hand I really want to get rid of, so I'm just going to play that as an early land. There's an argument to be made for playing around Censor there, but I think there's also just the fact that sometimes they're going to have it, and I don't want to be playing 1 mana off tempo every single turn. Kind of funny that they're burning counter magic on these little token generators. Often blue-white is not so concerned about that, but this is good because it lets me clear this out of my hand. I decided I'm going to dump the Castle Embereth because if I draw a Dwarven Mine, I want to make sure I've got my 3 mountains. So one play is to go for Forbidden Friendship. I guess I could Forbidden Friendship Ironcrag Feet into Creativity. It's only an X equals 2. The other option is Terror of the Peaks. I guess it wanders right into a Wrath of God. So maybe this is the play instead. Because the odds of them not having a Wrath of God seem pretty slim. And if I did a for X equals 2, I mean, maybe I pull an Ulamog. But then again, maybe I don't.
Let's take it back.
Okay, it looks like I would have pulled an Ulamog. I think I do want to jam this playthrough. And, oh, I just realized I did a misplay. I should have attacked first. I just gave up 5 points of damage by sequencing that poorly. Well, we've got some bombs here.
Sorry, we need to move quick.
Stuck on 5 lands. About as bad as a hand gets. I think I'm just not going to waste my time and concede here. It's in theory possible to come back and win, but I don't think it's worth the aggravation of doing it. So against blue-white, Ugin does not feel that good because he tends to get countered, and similarly Pirate's Pillage does not feel that good. Instead, I want to improve my average top decks by bringing in these additional Planeswalker threats, some Fries to deal with Teferi, Fire Prophecy. I mean, they probably have Shark Tornadoes that's good against, but that's about it. So maybe I'll leave in 2 Ironcrag Feats, 2 Fire Prophecies. And let's try it like that. This hand is pretty good. I've got a nice curve out for some threats. Into Chandra, which can give this kind of deck a lot of trouble. I'm going to play the non-hasted version first, just because the extra 1 point probably doesn't matter that much at this stage. And here I will play around the sensor. So Chandra is really, really good in this matchup, so I'd like for her to resolve. Oh, that's pretty good from them. But it gives me a nice opening to play out Chandra.
It's better than having planned. Say hi to my fiery friends.
To me, that signals he's going to attack Chandra and then play a Wrath, but I guess we'll see if I'm right.
Keep it up and you'll pay. Find your fires of passion within.
Okay, that's very interesting that he would choose not to. Yeah, I think that signals no Wrath, because otherwise why would you possibly want to make that play? Now, I can block with the Blink Moth and then pump itself. Or I could fire Prophecy 1. And Forbidden Friendship, I mean, if we just want to go all in on the kill them with tokens plan, maybe I want to keep that.
I'm telling Mother Ludi on you. There are so many mysteries to uncover. I have just the trick for this.
Valakut Awakening is pretty bad here. I'll probably, well, I'll just leave that in my hand most likely.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
So the question is, do I kill Narset? And I think that I do, because it gives another 4 looks for a Wrath.
I must train harder.
And I'm going to leave that in my hand just in case I draw a Seize the Spoils, so I have something to discard. What I'd really like to draw is a Castle Embereth, because then I think I just kill them instantly with the pump effect. So an Indomitable Creativity would also be nice instead of being playing a crappy tokens deck. I'm pretty okay with that, actually. And we're rewarded for our patience with the Valakut Awakening as well as the decision to kill Narset, so feeling pretty good there. And that gets us back our Chandra. I mean, there's an argument for keeping the treasure to use for that, but I think it's more important is
Living in a monastery full of
unrelenting.
They're so cute.
And let's divert. Two of them over to Teferi.
plan next time.
And I think they're pretty dead here. Okay, well, that was the token version of the deck. Let's see, do I want to change my sideboarding at all? I think, yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, Ironcrag Feet is not that exciting, but it's bad. I'm leaving in a couple of bad top decks, but like in that case, Fire Prophecy ended up being a decent thing to draw one of, for example. Alright, this hand, it's a little slow, but it's got like all the stuff you could possibly want. I don't think I can justify throwing that one back, because I've got two of my best threats in the matchup. I've got removal for Teferi, and if they slip even a little bit, Chandra into Indomitable Creativity is really strong. Okay, that's also a great draw. Wow, they're stuck on, they really stuck on two lands. I mean, I kind of want to just have them cast their Censor, because then it means they can't cycle it. Is it worth sacrificing a Chandra to a likely Censor? I think so. Okay, well that's fine too. Some of my stuff is going to get countered. Let's try the Chandra play again. And, I mean, heck, let's just keep jamming in threats. It's not like this card gets better as a result of waiting. Alright, here I could Ironcrag Feet into Chandra, which I think they're going to have a pretty hard time dealing with. The alternate play is just play out Dragon Fodder and then hope for an Ironcrag Feet next turn. Actually, maybe that's the play, because Chandra will still be good next turn when I draw a land. And this opens up the possibility that they just get totally blown out. Well, I'm kind of inclined to just go for it on the Indomitable Creativity. I mean, so what if they cancel it? Still got another one. And casting this stuff on their 4-mana turns where they'd probably prefer to be doing some deck searching, I think is pretty good for me. Jeez, that's a lot of absorbs. 3 absorbs. Let's just go for broke. Good game. Okay, this is a pretty easy mulligan. This is a pretty terrible hand, but I'm not sure if going to 5 is any better. And at the very least, we've got some early plays, so let's give it a shot. Playing against rogues, well, with a better draw, I think this is not a terrible matchup. Their mill is slightly annoying because it means they can pick off some of the stuff from our deck, but I think right now the important thing is to slow their clock, because we just don't have anything important to do with those. And it's not like just sitting there and getting pounded on that really improves our odds, because we just really need to draw something. Alright, Ironcrag Feet. Now all we need is an Indomitable Creativity, and for them to not counter it, and then we win. Drawing a handful of straight garbage here. And if they counter this, I'm probably just going to scoop it up because, well, I guess there's no harm in trying to get a lucky top deck. There's still 3 copies of Indomitable Creativity in the deck, 2 copies of Indomitable Creativity in the deck, but stranger things have happened. Discard a mountain. I just dead this next turn probably. And yeah, we're just dead. So this is a good matchup for some Fry, some Anger of the Gods. I think we want to be less dependent on our combo or resolving big spells against a deck like this, so I'm going to bring in the Goldspan Dragons. And gotta take a few things out. Pirate's Pillage is generally bad against anything with counter magic. And Dragon Fodder is kind of my go-to to cut, especially when bringing in Anger of the Gods, because those just don't play well together. So, I mean, I could try and bring in Chandra and go for the counter beatdown plan, but I don't think that's the way to do it. I think instead we just want to interrupt their early plays. Alright, this hand, I've got some creatures, I've got some removal. Gosh. Maybe the Fry was not the right thing to bring in, because they've got a lot of stuff that is not blue. No Thoughtseize on 1, that's a nice start. And yeah, if they want to Fatal Push a token, I'm more than okay with that. Trying to keep a little bit of a track on what's getting milled. I I mean, we could just go for the kill here. Alright, they got it. I don't think they'd have to think this hard if they had the counter spell. Maybe they're reading the card. I think I want to... yeah. Doesn't matter. Game over. So, I think Fry was actually a mistake to bring in. Maybe I do want to keep... I guess a Braid is perhaps a slightly better removal spell because it kills all the same stuff. Chandra Awakened Inferno is a blowout if I land it. Let's try that. Alright, this hand is slow, maybe too slow. I mean, that kind of sucks, but at least the Fire Prophecy gives me some interaction early on. And I'm going to hope that I can use the Fire Prophecy to get rid of some of this garbage. And Valakut Awakening is... hopefully I can not have to play that as a land, because that'll let me fix this crappy draw. Alright, here I think I just want to kill this. I don't think there's any edge in waiting. One more land and I'm dropping Chandra on turn 4, which seems pretty good. Let's just keep trying to control their board. Land is exactly what I was hoping to draw. Sure. Yeah, I think we just jammed down Chandra right here. On the play, this is a very marginal hand. I don't have any ability to draw into stuff, and dragon fodders are probably not winning the game, so I think that's a kick it back. This one, Valakut Awakening can fix a crappy hand, so I think I keep, and I'll toss back a mountain. Vehicles, cool. At least well, I think it's vehicles, who knows? And let's try and decide if there's any benefit to casting Valakut Awakening during my turn, but I don't think it really helps me in any way. Okay. And here I'm just going to clear out that. I like the Dwarven Mine because it gives me a free token generator, and that's really not what I was hoping for. But I guess the play is just to jam out a bunch of tokens. I mean, I suppose I could try and be greedy and wait until I can cast Terror of the Peaks first, but I think this is the play. Next turn it's Castle Embereth, and then beat down time. And I'm pretty okay with trading a token for 4 damage. I guess I'll block the Vanguard because I'm, again, pretty okay with the shadow getting bigger. And I just need to leave back 1 chump blocker. Or maybe this is the more direct route to victory, is to play this out and try and kill him with follow up on the tokens. And yeah, I think I want to hang back so I've got chump blockers. Three damage. Huh. Okay, I'm kind of at a loss as to what their plan on this is, but so that's me taking 3, 6, 9 damage. Okay. Well, I was gonna do some complex combat math and well, I wonder, is it still the correct play to conceal what I've got? Because if I do it this way, then he can't even tell that it's Indomitable Creativity deck, and I'm pretty sure they're still just as dead. Because I could just have gone Indomitable Creativity for 3, and bam, dead. But I mean, the opponent, if they're sharp, will have figured this out anyway. But why reveal information if you don't have to, right? So we're just a beat down deck, and that was apparently enough to beat Mardu Shadow Vehicle thing. So this seems like a good Good matchup for an Abrade. And also probably for an Anger of the Gods. And Pirate's Pillage is probably too slow. Ulamog isn't all that great, because all I really need once the Shadow players get going is a creativity for 2, and that's probably enough. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really want. Let's do it like that. This hand is mediocre, but with the Fire Prophecies, I'll be able to see some new cards. So I'm pretty okay with that. Now all I need is some tokens. Let's see if they figure out what the important cards are. Yeah, they figured out what the important card is. Delicate Awakening, I'll probably hang on to that to fix my hand if it turns out to be kind of crappy. My next couple draws don't pan out for me. That's, well, okay, I guess it's, I was going to say that's a really greedy play, but really he can get away with it pretty easily. Yeah, the concept behind this Mardu Shadow Vehicles thing is pretty cool. I like the idea of it. And they're being kind of conservative and not not jamming out their health too fast. So I think here I need some big stuff. I need some big plays. Get the Dwarven Mine for a chump blocker, because yeah, this is looking not so good for me right now. Pretty sure I'd die if I don't chump block one of the shadows. Alright, that was a Ugin or bust turn, and that was not Ugin, so. And I don't think that changes any of my sideboarding strategy. I don't think I got any real new information there, so let's just run it back, hope for a little better draw this time. Alright, this hand is very definitely too slow. This one at least has some kind of a game plan, because I can try and beat down with Castle Embereth. And it's possible that that's good enough. And at the very least, yeah, I've got lands, I've got some creatures, and this is kind of a win condition. Especially against these decks that like to damage themselves a lot. yeah, not a lot of choices there. Now we're in the top deck something good stage. Dragon Fodder, that's a pretty good top deck. And I'm not quite sure which land to play next, because if I play Blinkmoth, it's free of Summoning Sickness, but if I don't play the Mountain now, I don't know when I will, because next turn is definitely Castle Embereth. I'm not going to have enough... Let's go for the Mountain. I'm not... Yeah, that's a very small thing, but I think I have lost games because of missing land sequencing and not being able to attack when desired. Alright, so now we crack him for 8. That doesn't strike me as an impactful enough play. Okay, and we get rewarded for our choice to play out the mountains, because now we can do a Dwarven Mine either this turn or next. I think what I want is the Dwarven Mine, because I won't have enough mana to activate the Blinkmoth this turn anyway. And this is kind of, you know, I play the tokens game, but there's always the possibility that I just rip a Indomitable Creativity off the top and they die instantly. Alright, good game, Mardu, Shadow opponent.